All right, viewers, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. This is Chaos with Chaotic Beagle Entertainment, and today we are doing the second box, the Land's Wrath box from the Zendikar Commander decks that were released. There were two of them, the Fairy Rogue deck and this one. I've already done one unboxing, so if you haven't, go back. Please check that video out. Just basically breaking down what's in the box, some of the cards that I've seen, some of the combos I see as we go through the cards, because it's the first time I've gone through and looked at any of the cards that are in there. Any of the things we notice. And then what we are going to do afterwards is we are going to do a couple of quick play matches between myself and another compatriot of mine, Mr. Spartan. He will be joining me to play a match. So you all will be seeing him and in future games as well. So if you would, please hit that bell notification, follow, subscribe. And then I will also put, if you would like to see more things like this, I will put in the description my donation line, so that way if you want to donate towards more unboxings, please do so. So if you would, and that way we can just do more of this, having fun, opening boxes, seeing what everybody's getting, just kind of showing off what's happening. So what we'll do is we'll get down to it and break this one open and see what we got to play with. So let's get rolling here. All right. And I believe just like with the last one, had a whole bunch of stuff that comes out of here. All right. So once again, we have the learn to play side of the mat. Start with 40 life, command zone, how that works, some of the mechanics and everything. And then on the flip side, a little breakdown on the Land's Wrath and some of the things that are in it. So, very nice, very cool. And then we got the life counter as well. Just 20 on one side and then 40 on the other. It's a nice little addition there. So just in case you don't have anything available, you can just slide this in to any of the boxes that they give you, which we'll go ahead and pop this one together here. Kind of show what that looks like. And again, these boxes are built so that you can go and sleeve up the entire deck and then still be able to fit it in here. Still be able to fit the little life counter and everything as well. So very nice, very cool. Loving the art. And then, yeah. Oh, flip that upside down. None of y'all have to break your neck trying to read that. So, yeah, very nice to have there. Little life counter. So something fun, easy to keep track of. And then we're gonna throw the commander around like so. The commander we have here. We'll pull that out there, and I believe that's everything. Yes. All right. So we have Obun, Moldiah Ancestor. And this one's at the beginning of your combat turn, up to one target land you control becomes a XX elemental creature with trample and haste until end of turn, where X is his power. It's still a land. And then he has a nice landfall ability. Very much in this set, landfall is a huge mechanic in here. Very fun, very nasty, very huge combos. You've got and I know one is in this deck. So there's all the different Omnaths, and you have just a huge number of different landfall abilities that are really fun to see. Really nice. Lots of ramp. So very fun to play with this set. So he has a landfall ability. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. And then you have proliferate decks. You have 1/1 counters where if this gets a counter, that gets a counter, and just on down the line. So a lot of really fun stuff to see. A lot of really awesome combos. So let's break this out, see what we have, and see what kind of combos that they give you right off the bat with this one. So I'm really between the two decks, I think the other one is really nice, but I think this one leads its way to a lot of really good combos as well. I think. But from what I've heard, the biggest downfall of this one is the mana base that they give you out of the box is just needs work. So, if I wasn't dropping stuff here. So, let's separate this out. And then, so we have the primary cards here. Blighted Woodland, Boros Garrison, Boros Guildgate, Command Tower. Very big staple. Every command deck should have one of those. Cryptic Caves. Evolving Wilds. Nasty. Gruul Guildgate. Gruul Turf. Jungle Shrine. Frozen Verge. Myriad Landscape. Oh, Naya Panorama there. So a lot of those lands that can crack, get another land, pull it onto the battlefield, just really, really big combos, really nasty cards to have. Really nasty cards to have in any landfall deck. So, Selesnya Guildgate, Selesnya Sanctuary. If I'm saying that wrong, you guys can just kick me in the butt sometime. Terramorphic Expanse. So those are the unique lands there. Oh, they're just sliding. Stay, stay. All right. Roiling Growth, very nice card. Marasa Root Grazer. Beast there, 2/3, Vigilance. Put a basic land from your hand on the battlefield with a tap ability, or tap and return target basic land you control to its owner's hand. So a nice way to get lands back in your hand so that you can do more of the landfalls there. So we'll throw creatures there, throw some instants there, and then we got all the basics here. We got plains, mountains, forests. So that's our basic setup. And then a core ally. We got a couple of those tokens, some elemental 2/2 tokens, and some sapperlings. And then once again, the just like with the other set, for those players that are new to the game, they want to pick up Commander, you can just pick one of these up. $40 is a great price point to get both of these decks, so 20 bucks a piece is just really awesome. Really nice price point. Hopefully they keep that price point going in the future. Highly doubt it, but it would be very nice if they did. So this is turn, the abilities and things that you can do per turn. And then the popular standard, booster, commander, those formats are some of the main formats that they have out there. So, all right. And so, we'll go through these. So we got the Abzan Falconer. Each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has flying. Not a bad way of doing it, especially when you have the landfall ability of the commander to throw some 1/1 counters around. Very nice to have. Banishing Light. Nice little enchantment there. Enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. So not bad at all. Nice little enchantment there. Condemn, a 1 white. Put target attacking creature on the bottom of its owner's library. Its controller gains life equal to its toughness. So that's a nice little instant. Crush Contraband, one or both. Destroy, exile target artifact or exile target enchantment. Not bad. Pretty decent there. Elite Scale Guard. Let's see, maybe. There we go. There we go. A little adjustment there. Alright, Elite Scale Guard. Enters the battlefield. Bolster 2. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. So not bad. Let's see. We put them in the right piles here. Core Cartographer. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a plains card, put it on the battlefield tap, shuffle library. Nice little land surge. Also gets you those landfall abilities. Very nice. Retreat to Emeria. Landfall ability there. Land enters the battlefield under your control. Choose one. You make a 1/1 white core ally creature token, which you can see there on the left hand side. Or creatures you control get 1/1 till end of turn. Acidic Slime, always a nice addition. Armorcraft Judge. Whenever Armorcraft Judge enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. And, with like this one just had the landfall where you put a 1/1 on each creature, and then let's say you bring this in at the end of your turn, you get a big card draw out of it. So very nice. Very, very good card draw capabilities. Beanstalk Giant. That's a big old foot. Ah, Circuitous Route. That's a very nice card. A lot of ramp decks have those in it. Search your library for 2 basic land cards and or gate cards. Put them on the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. Which kind of helps because if you can get to those gate cards, they already come out tapped. So the fact that you can grab them straight out of your deck, get them out a little quicker, have them already tapped again, very nice to have. Elvish Rejuvenator. Enters the battlefield. Top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land from among them onto the battlefield. More landfall. More landfall never hurts. Embodiment of Insight. Ooh. Let's see. Vigilance. Land creatures you control have vigilance. Ooh, very nice. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target land you control become a 3/3 elemental. Has haste till end of turn, and it's still a land. So that's very nice. Alright, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. That helps with all those 1/1 counters. So, Evolution Sage. Far Wanderings. Ooh, Fertilid. Always a good one to have. Nice little elemental going there. Harmonized. Card draw. Got to keep up that card draw. More cards you got in hand, the better you can get to your lands. The more lands you can drop, the nastier it gets. Harrow. Always a good one. Inspiring Call. Draw a card for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible till end of turn. That can be very nasty as well. That comes in very handy with the fact that you throw the 1/1s on it. You got lands that are becoming creatures. Hopefully they are indestructible, and then that way you can get them through and they won't die. You won't lose your lands. Keeper of Fables. Whenever one or more non-human creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Uh, Col- uh, Colony Heart Expedition. That's also another one. Landfall all over the place in this one. Liking it a whole lot. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a quest counter on this. Whenever you remove 3 quest counters from Colony Hard Expedition and sacrifice it, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped. Shuffle library. So some library search. You got the more landfall. Very nice. Kadama's Reach. Major staple in a lot of high ramp decks. Retreat to Kazandu. Landfall enchantment here. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, or you gain 2 life. Satyr Wayfinder. Spore Mound. Old fungus. There's a fungus among us. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token, which we got those creature tokens over there, specifically for this guy. Spring Bloom Druid. Getting tongue-tied over here. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a land. If you do, search library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. More landfalls. Tusk Guard Captain. Outlast. You pay a green and tap, put a 1/1 counter on this creature only as a sorcery. Each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has trample. Yavimaya Elder, always a good old classic. Zendikar's Royal, big one. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 green elemental creature token. Trove Warden, Cat Beast. Vigilance Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile target permanent card with a converted mana cost of 3 or less from your graveyard. Ooh, nice. When it dies, put each permanent exiled with it on the battlefield under your control, under control of that card's owner. Oh, very nice. Way of digging through your graveyard. So basically, you exile them, and then when it dies, that trigger goes off. So return to hand does not work. It's only when this one dies, but very nice. Geode Rager. First strike landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, goad each creature target player controls. Ooh. So those that have turtling decks or decks that they don't really go and attack or anything, that's a good way to get them to forcibly attack when they don't really want to. Goad them. Abomination Angel. Let's see. So 3 white, flying landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may exile target non-land permanent other than Abomination Angel. When Abomination Angel leaves the battlefield, return all cards exiled with it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So a nice way, if you've got some instants that will let you do some landfalls. Let's say somebody's doing a board wipe. I could see pulling an instant, hiding those things in exile. This goes away, those come back. Very nice way of doing it. Emeria Angel, that's a new one that just came out recently. Flying landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. Emeria Shepherd, another angel flying landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If that land is a plains, you may return that non-land permanent card to the battlefield instead. Nice, very nice way of doing it. Especially for those ones like Harrow, you go and sacrifice a land in order to cast it. This helps you get some of those back out into the battlefield later on. So nice ramp, nice ramp. Hour of Revelation. Planar Outburst. Destroy all non-land creatures. Awaken for 4. Sun Titan. Big old boy. Together Forever. Enchantment there. Whenever Together Forever enters the battlefield, support 2. For 1, choose target creature with a counter on it. When that creature dies this turn, return that card to its owner's hand. Not bad, not bad. Cheap cast cost, but not bad. Abundance there. If you would draw a card, you may instead choose land or non-land, reveal it, and reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card of the chosen type. Put that card into your hand and all the others revealed this way on the bottom of your library, any order. The Mending of Dominaria. Not bad. Multani, Yavamaya's Avatar. Nice little elemental there. Nissa's Renewal. Rampaging Baloths. Little 6/6 trampler landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. You get enough of them big boys out and just trample over somebody. Return of the Wild Speaker. A lot of people use that one as well in ramp decks, green decks. A lot of use on that one. Rites of the Flourishing, another enchantment. This one's very enchantment heavy. The other deck, I believe, had 1 enchantment. This one, I think we're up to a good 8, almost 9. It might be even more. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Very nice. Each player may play an additional land on each of their turns. Much, much needed for a landfall deck. Sylvan Advocate. Waker of the Wilds. Merfolk Shaman, X green green, put X 1/1 counters on target land you control. That land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. Living Twister, nice one for any elemental or landfall type decks. Mina and Din, Wildborn. There's the big boy himself. A lot of good decks built around this guy. Omnath, Locus of Rage. If you haven't seen him before, I've seen a lot of decks. Helped a buddy that wanted to build his deck around this one as well. Very nasty guy to use. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token whenever Omnath, Locus of Rage, or another elemental you control dies. Omnath deals 3 damage to any target. Very, very nice. Get you a big landfall deck, kind of like this one. A lot of these would work in it. A lot of the ones that you would put in an Omnath deck are right in here. So pulling this one apart, for those to build around this guy would definitely be a good suggestion if anybody is thinking about doing that, because you can get a lot of landfall out there, get a lot of stuff pulled together, and just make a nasty deck, making those big 5/5 red and green elementals, making them bigger. And then if somebody wants to board wipe, then you can just blow everything up you own and just knock somebody out completely. So very, very nice. Alright, Seer Sundial. Landfall, whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card. And then we got some of the, one of the special lands, Needle Spires, enters the battlefield. Tap for red or white, or you can do 2 red white, and it becomes a 2/1 red and white elemental creature with double strike until end of turn. It's still a land. Very nice, very nice. Beating my camera around here. There we go. Ground Assault, not bad. Ground Assault deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. Oh, that's an easy way to get rid of it. Fastest way to get it out of the screen. Just let it slide right out of your hand. Alright, Naya Charm. Choose one. Deals 3 damage to target creature. Return target creature card from your graveyard to its owner's hand. Or tap all creatures target player controls. Struggle and Survive. Sylvan Reclamation. Exile up to 2 target artifact and or enchantments. Treacherous Terrain. Nice little sorcery there. Deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of lands that player controls. So if you got somebody else that's also doing a big landfall deck and they've got a lot of lands, maybe they're a little beat up and they're a little down on health, you pop this off real quick and basically just have them deal damage to themselves. Nasty. Arcane Signet, very nice card. Sandstone Oracle. Creature Sphinx. Flying, when it enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. If that player has more cards in hand than you, draw cards equal to the difference. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we're down to our last couple here. Scare Tiller. A little scarecrow there. Don't see a lot of scarecrow action. I think some people would like to see a little bit more of those. People that are fond of Halloween or just scary, you know, scary themes or thematics. So I think a lot of people would like some more scarecrows out there. But there's some useful ones. Let's see. This one becomes tap. Choose one. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then the classic Sol Ring. So there we go. So, as you can see, not a bad little deck. As I mentioned before, we're going to do a quick play. We will record that and then post that up as well, see how everybody likes it. Again, if you would hit that bell notification so that way when my videos come up, you can watch them, rewind any ideas you've got. So that's pretty much it for right now. Again, I'll put a couple of links in the description below. If anybody would like to donate, it would be much appreciated. Support the channel so that way we can do more of this stuff. The more I can do and the bigger we get, the more fun we'll have. And that way I might be able to share it with you all as well. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope to see you again in the next video. Oh, I think I mentioned it before, but in the next video, I'll be doing a unboxing of a secret lair that finally came in. Ordered this back in, I believe, the beginning of June. It just now came in, so what's that, about 5 months? So 4 months, 5 months. It was supposed to be, I think they said like 8 to 12 weeks. A little bit longer, a little bit longer. But in the next video, I will do an unboxing of this so everybody can take a look, see what's in it. Uh, and then, yeah, we'll just do more and more of this as time goes on. So please join me. Donate if you would. I'd much appreciate it. And then we'll just keep the fun rolling. So other than that, this is Chaos with Chaotic Beagle Entertainment. You all have a good one, and we will see you next time. All right.